All right, let's talk about one of the most fundamental, kind of magical parts of the internet, the web server. We're going to pull back the curtain and show you just how simple it can be to build one. And we'll do it with a really clean, powerful recipe using the Go programming language. Let's get into it.
So, you ever really stop and think about this? You type in a website, you hit enter, and like magic, a page appears. But what is that magic? What's happening in the background that allows a website to hear your request and talk back to you? That's exactly the mystery we're going to solve right now.
Okay, here's the secret to understanding all of this. I want you to forget about code and servers for a second, and just think about a restaurant. A web server is basically a digital restaurant. Its entire job is to serve things, web pages, images, data, to any visitor who shows up. This one idea, this digital restaurant, is going to make everything else click.
So first things first, before you can serve a single customer, what you have to do? You got to unlock the front door and flip the sign to open, right? That's step one for our server too.
A physical restaurant has a street address so people can find it. Well, our digital restaurant has a port number. You've probably seen numbers like port 80 or 8080. That's its address on the internet. Our server needs to be actively listening at that address, just waiting for visitors to knock.
Now you might think that sounds complicated, but in Go, it's this. This one single line of code does all of that. It's the key that unlocks the door, turns on the lights, and flips the sign to open for business. Just like that, our server is efficiently listening.
Okay, so our doors are open. People can come in. But what happens when they want to place a custom order? For that, we need someone in the kitchen. We need to hire a chef. This is where things get really interesting and personal.
You know when you log into a website and it says, "Welcome back, Sarah." That page wasn't just sitting there waiting. It was made fresh just for you. That's a custom dish. Our server's chef is the piece of code that handles these unique, made-to-order requests.
So how do we give our chef their instructions? We use this, http.handle function. This is like telling our chef, hey, when someone orders the special of the day, which in this case is just visiting our main page, I want you to follow this specific recipe. That function right there, that's the recipe.
And what can this chef make? Honestly, anything you can imagine. For our little restaurant, we're keeping it simple. The chef's special is just a friendly greeting. Welcome to my website. It's a simple dish, but it's made fresh for every single visitor.
All right, but think about a real restaurant. Not everything is a custom order made by a chef, right? Some things are just out there for everyone to grab. That's our self-serve counter.
Exactly. Things like the napkins, the menu design, the salt and pepper shakers. They're the same for every single customer. In the web world, these are things like your website style sheet, your images, your JavaScript files. They're the pre-made items that everyone needs to have the full experience. We call them static assets.
And setting this up is, again, incredibly simple in Go. We create a file server that's literally our self-serve counter. Then we just point it to our storeroom, which is a folder we've called static. And boom, now any file inside that folder is available for visitors to just grab.
So let's just put this side by side to make it crystal clear. You've got your custom chef on one side, making dynamic, personalized dishes just for you, and on the other, you've got the self-serve counter, handing out the same reliable, static items to everybody. They have two totally different jobs, but you absolutely need both to run a successful restaurant.
So there we have it. We've unlocked the doors, we've hired our talented chef, we've stocked the counter with all the essentials, all the pieces are in place. You know what that means. It is time for the grand opening. So let's run down our final checklist. It really just boils down to these three things. Number one, we opened the doors. Number two, we hired our chef and gave them a recipe. And number three, we stocked that self-serve counter. That's it. That's the whole setup.
And when you put those three fundamental pieces together, you don't just have a bunch of code. You have a complete, working digital restaurant, a web server, ready to welcome visitors from all over the world. And here's what it looks like all put together. This is the complete recipe. See how it all fits? Up top, we set up our file server, our self-serve counter. Right below it, we define the recipe for our custom chef. And then the grand finale at the very bottom, that's us flipping the open sign and bringing the whole thing to life. That's it. Just three simple concepts: opening the door, hiring a chef, and stocking a counter. This simple recipe, this is the core idea powering a massive part of the web that you use every single day.
So, we've broken it down. The magic isn't so mysterious after all, is it? It's just a simple, powerful recipe. Now you have the ingredients,
You know the steps. The only question left is, what kind of digital restaurant are you going to build?